Okay, what's up, everybody? Different backdrop, different setup, obviously. The audio quality in this is probably garbage because I'm using this little headphone mic or earbud microphone that I have on this pair of headphones. I'm like in transition, trying to get everything set up out here, which is usually where I am. I'm in my dining room right now. It's closer to the living room. I got dogs and cats to keep an eye on. So the microphone that I was using is on this like stand, and I can't like bring it out here. So I need to get like a freestanding mic. Anyway, all that's just a long-winded way of saying that the audio quality probably sucks, and I apologize for that. Um, this is a quick short video in equal parts to do like a visual test for me to see how the webcam looks out here, to hear the audio, and I want to talk about everybody's favorite thing. Let's talk about mortality. Um, I'm no stranger to it. I've had existential crises or whatever, um, kind of like on a weekly basis for the longest time. I struggle a lot with existence, but there's an event that happened recently um, that always gets me thinking more and more about it. This guy I went to high school with died. Wasn't good friends with him, but he was kind of an outcast. And so, in the short time that I knew him a year in middle school and a year in high school. He was a good guy. I talked to him from time to time and regret not maybe keeping as much in touch with him as I should have. But point being, um, I he died last month, and it was a. I'm not going to get into the details, but it was a really rough way to go. It wasn't like quick or painless. And I was reading some recountings of his death on Facebook via some friends that I have on Facebook. Not necessarily people that I'm close with, just people who I've added as a friend over time. And when that happens, it's happened a couple times before with people I went to school with. It's always tough because it's this stark reminder that all of this, right, all of this could be gone tomorrow. It's just a terrible thing. It's a tragedy. He was very young. He was my age. Gone too soon, 100%. But I think I think at the end of the day, you got to just keep going, right? When horrible stuff like this happens. And I did the best that I could. I mean, what's really weird to me is he re-added me as a friend like 2 weeks before he died, which just blows my mind. Like, oh, here's this guy who I went to school with adding me as a friend. I had added him as a friend on one of his old accounts a couple years ago, and he added me as a friend. And then he's just gone 2 weeks later, never going to be heard from again. It's scary, and I don't really like confronting that. But at the same time, it's something that I spend a lot of time thinking about. Mortality, one day I'm going to cease to exist. Starting to even have to wrestle with that a little bit more and more as I age. Uh, but yeah, it's also just, it kind of cements it in my head that no matter how bad things get, with anxiety or, mental illnesses or struggles you might have day to day, relationship stuff, work stuff, at the end of the day, at some point, time's going to run out. And so you got to just keep pushing forward, play the hand you're dealt, keep trying to do the best that you can. If you screw up, okay, get back up. Don't spend time dwelling on it. Recognize your mistakes, but keep pushing forward. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And the truth of the matter is, I'm terrified of dying 100%. I've gone back and forth on any potential religious beliefs, but at the end of the day, that's not even what terrifies me. It's just this idea of non existence. But a lot of people say that idea brings them peace too. And, it's going to be reverting like right back to when before you were born. You don't remember before you were born, and the moment the lights go out, you're not gonna have a memory. You're not gonna be aware. You're not gonna be conscious. And a lot of people say that in one sense or another is comforting. So to the guy I went to high school with, my former friend, I'm not going to name names. I don't want to get personal, but I certainly hope that you found peace. And let me know, if you share any sort of fear or just this. I struggle to even call it fear, but I just have this really uneasy uncertainty, probably the best way to phrase it, about what comes after. And, you know, we're all going to find out in the end, right? Some of us who find comfort and peace and tranquility in religious beliefs or the thought of an afterlife, that can drive you forward, keep you going. The idea that you'll be with your loved ones again. Like I said, I go back and forth on that myself, but um, I do have some regrets. Wish I would have talked to him more. Wish I would have reached out to him more. Wish I would have reached out to him when he added me as a friend. Had a couple conversations with him. I did the next best thing. His best friend added me on Facebook. We talk about video games like, I don't know, a couple times a year. Not what I'd call a friend, but an acquaintance. He was very close with him. So I sent him a message just saying, expressing my condolences and my sympathy, and trying to do what little I can to let him know that I'm thinking about him and that I'm sorry for his loss. But yeah, anytime, and it's only going to get worse as you go on, as you get older. Um, I've lost all my grandparents. Thankfully, both my parents are still alive. I don't have the best relationship with my father, but stuff like this also just gets me thinking, like, might be time to rekindle that and really just put whatever issues I have to rest, because I don't want to be regretting or wishing I said something else down the road eventually when my parents die. So, yeah, if you've got any advice or if you struggle with existence or religious beliefs or the possibility of an afterlife, or if you've lost somebody close to you, or like me, somebody who maybe you weren't close to but you wish you had done a better job of maybe talking to, staying in contact with, things of that nature, let me know. Share your experience. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any advice for me, I'd love to hear from you too. Appreciate you guys, anybody who's been watching. Not expecting this channel to blow up, but it's more of an outlet, and if somebody else can find solace or find relatable things in what I'm saying and what I'm putting out there, or just somebody else to, you know, lock arms with and face life, stare life down like the barrel of a gun and just try to push forward as much as you can. It's all we can do. And I appreciate anybody who took the time to watch even a little bit of this. I'll catch you guys later.